meet up. It's good to see you again. Now, there have been a lot of new subscribers this week. So before I get started, I just want to talk to you a little bit about what this meetup's about. For starters, what it isn't. I'm not going to try to teach you anything or anything like that. Basically, this is where we have a waffle. We have a little chat amongst ourselves, talk about whatever's going on, and just basically try and have a good time. That's all it is. It's just so that we can talk to each other, have a chat, and pass the time of day. Build a bit of community, if you like, because that's what this is all about. The one thing I try to do on this channel is to build a community. Lots of people who are enjoying our company. Ideally, we've got people who are like-minded, We've got people who are like-minded who just are having a good chat to each other about what's going on in their lives. I'll talk a bit about the channel and basically whatever comes up in the chat room, to be honest with you. Now, each week we get a nice view of the chat room. I can see already that we've got Tammy in there and we've got Jonathan Brewer in there. So no one else has... hello, Dave is in there as well. How are you all? It's nice to see you. And as I said, we've got a nice few new subscribers. It's gone really good lately. How you doing, Project Weaver? Treasonous, how are you? Good to see you. So there's a few coming into the chat room already. If you're new to the channel and maybe you've joined us recently through some of the other videos, welcome along. If you feel you just want to lurk, that's okay too. But I will tell you, the chat room is a pretty friendly place, and so are the people that are in it. If you're watching this later, maybe in the replay tomorrow or later this evening, big welcome to you. Hello, how you doing? If you're in the replay down below, please feel free to make comments as you watch the video, because I do come back into the video and check all your comments out, and I try to answer all of them that are in there. So that's pretty much it. A little roundabout way and a bit about what this is all about. So how are you all? It has been a funny evening. I've got to tell you, about 20 minutes ago, I had my computer on and it decided to reboot itself and update itself, which turned it off. We got it going again. It shut itself off. I'm about to turn it on again, and it's working at the moment. So I'm just hoping that it's going to survive the evening. Computers are a pain. The trouble is, my eyesight is so bad that I use the phone as a camera, but the problem with that is the writing is so small. Even with my glasses on, the writing is so small on my phone. I really need the computer to read what's going on in the chat room. So let me have a look at what's been going on. Question for you: have you signed up to the newsletter yet? Because as is the way with the algorithm, you don't always see all of the videos that are being put out, because I put out 3 videos a week besides this live stream. And so if you miss out on them, the way to catch up is to get the newsletter. It gets sent out on a Monday. And in that newsletter will be what I'm talking about in my blogs. So I do a blog. I don't do enough, really. I should blog more than I do. But there is always what the recent blogs are. There are the links to the free previous shows for the week before. And also, I put a little replay one from way back when. So just in case you've not seen it, because I've done 350 odd videos so far. So you're never going to see them all. So I give you a little chance to catch up on an old one. So I see lots of things being said. Let me just check the chat room. Good. I'm glad to see, Tammy, that you've got the newsletter. Jonathan, do you know what? The elixir to all electronic device problems is a hammer. You are absolutely correct. Because when things go wrong, you know, you would think I know what I'm doing with all this, don't you? But the truth is, I'm a bit of a technophobe. So as soon as anything goes wrong, I panic like there's no tomorrow, and I haven't a clue what's going on. My eyes widen up, and I get all excited or rather scared. But we get it all done, and we get it all going. Impact and maintenance, it is. Well, that's a good move, Dreveners. Now, like I said, we've had a couple of decent weeks. A couple of my videos have took off, and they've done all right. I used to be moaning and groaning that things weren't going well, but it's going all right at the minute. I did 3 videos last week. I've got 3 videos lined up for this week, the first 2 of which have already been recorded. There is one that will go out tomorrow, and in that video I'm talking about social media, because 6 months ago on Wednesday I stopped using most of my social media. I deleted some of it. I've still got Facebook, but I don't use it. I keep it because I like to just check out on my memories if I want to download any of them. But I came off of all of my social media with the exception of Substack, which is where I keep my newsletter, and YouTube. And the video is going to talk about what's happened, how I've arranged my life and done things differently in a more offline way, if you like, and come with some conclusions about what's gone on. So that will go out tomorrow. There is another one that will go out on Thursday, and that one is, let me have a look. I've got written down here somewhere, the game changer that you didn't know you needed. That's on Thursday. And on Saturday, the weekend, as I said, I'm going to try and do like entertainment videos for the weekend. Somebody asked me, I think it was Steve Val asked me ages and ages ago, if I would do a video about the 70s novelty hits. Do you remember when we used to have them all the time? Well, I finally got myself into gear this week, sorted out the music, and so on Saturday's video, I'm going to be talking about novelty hits from the 1970s. I didn't think there were that many, but you know what? I've actually got loads. Dave, I'd love to have been trained at something, but rubbish. I'm terrible. Steve Vowles, congratulations to you and Jane. I saw that you got married. I knew that you were getting married. I did put a post up the other day to celebrate it. I thought I'd just let you know about that. So if you want to check one of the community posts, I did one about you and Jane on Saturday. And Steve, this weekend, I'm actually doing that 70s music video, the novelty hits that you wanted. I've been a good boy. I've got sorted out early this week, and I've got all the music ready. I've got all the stuff ready. I've just got to record the video, which I will probably do tomorrow, because on Wednesday, I've got to go to the hospital. I'm picking up the machine. You know, we were talking about it the other week, a CPAP machine. So I've got a mask and all that sort of stuff. So apparently I'm going to be sleeping masked. I'm looking forward to that, because hopefully that could be the corner turned, which will get me out and about again. And I'm looking forward to that immensely. I see Chris Pomfret's in. Hi, Chris. I hope you're feeling better than you were earlier on. And so, yeah. I got a question for you. I put videos out. I'm tempted to do a few longer videos, you know, like that 20 minutes and stuff like that. Now, if I was to do that, would you be interested in watching it as a premiere so that we could do it in the chat room as it was being shown for the first time, and I could actually type with you guys as well? Because I've never done a premiere before. People have told me that they're pretty good, and I'm just wondering whether it's worth me trying it or not. Would it, if I did that kind of thing, it would be at this sort of time of the night. I don't know what night it would be. I haven't even thought about doing the video yet, but I did think to myself, if I did a premiere, would anybody want to watch it? So that's something that I'm looking to do perhaps in the future. It will probably be more about, you know, like a music video or something I could talk about for 20 minutes. That's something that I'd like to do. If you're interested in that, let me know, because that would be something else to do. You know, like, I'm trying to change how I do the channel this year. I'm trying to be a bit more upfront with it, get it more going. Like I said, I made that brash statement that I was going to try and get 50,000 subscribers by the 9th of March next year, which will have been 4 years in. And so I've been working on that. I have to say, the first few weeks when I said it, I had 5,244 subscribers. And when I said it, the next day I lost 8 subscribers and it started going down again. But as you probably know, if you've been around a while, I did that video last week about streaming and DVDs, and it got me a nice few subscribers. And I put another one out on Saturday that did not as well, but it's brought in more. In fact, that brings me round to good, bad and odd, really, because the good this week is that I've had an upbeat week. It's all been really well. I started last Monday off with 5,296 subscribers, and today, looking up there, it's 5,416 subscribers. So there's been a big jump over the last 7 or 8 days, and that's been really good. So I'm very happy about that. And it's showing that if I do different types of videos, it picks up more subscribers, basically. And hopefully they stay with us long term and we get you in the chat room and we start talking for it. So there's that sort of thing. Bad this week, bad. The only one thing that it's bad is how cold it's been. It's been really grotty. And what I've realised is that the older I get, the more susceptible I feel about it. I've been freezing this week. I never used to get as cold as this. I can remember once, you know, back in 1982, when I first got married, I opened on a fairground in Covent Garden, right in the middle of London. And it was icy, it was snowing. And because of the shape of Covent Garden, the wind used to go through there like daddy-o. It was freezing every day. And when I remember it back at the time, I remember it being cold and you like clothed up for it and you were ready. But I feel colder now than I did then. It's really weird. It's something to do. Dave, we've been counting. It's day 42 for having rain. 5 minutes before I started this live stream, I had hailstones hitting the windows in this office. It was absolutely chucking it down. Snowbirds. Yeah, I remember going to Florida. I went to Florida one end of January, beginning of February for a couple of weeks years ago. And I can remember how many old people were in Florida, especially when you get down to places like Tampa and that. But you can't blame them, can you? If it's freezing cold where you live and you can get to somewhere where it's nice and warm, you'd want to do that, wouldn't you? I know I would in the winter now. It's so bleeding cold that it would be nice to get out in the warmth. And so, yeah. It's been windy down in Somerset, but quite chilly today. No rain. No, we've had rain every day. Every day. We counted it up. This is the 42nd day that we've had rain on the trot. It hasn't rained all day. It rained early this morning, came out really bright, and then decided a couple of times to chuck it down, and it's done it again, and it did it, what were we in, 40 minutes? So about 20 minutes ago, it was pouring Evans hard. It tried to snow yesterday, but it was a 5-minute job. We never saw much snow, so that was good. So that was the cold. I've got to tell you about my odd for this week. It was absolutely brilliant. We got a message. Me and Debs have this little tradition that we've built up, is we sing happy birthday, right, to grandkids and all that sort of thing on their birthdays. We've been doing it for a while. I sing as off key as I can, and we try to do it differently every single time. So anyway, we got a message the other day, right? One of our youngest grandchildren, I think she's 5, Summer, her name is. And a year ago, the other day, she cut her leg open. And she said to her mum, "Do you think Grandma and Granddad could sing happy birthday to my leg?" She wanted us to sing happy birthday to her leg, which was wounded a year ago. So we adapted the happy birthday thing, speeded it up again. And it was like, happy birthday to the leg, happy birthday to the leg. And it was really weird, really odd, but they loved it. And it was fun to do. And we laughed about it for most of the day, if I can be honest. I've never sung happy birthday to a leg before, but that was our chance. So that was our good, bad, and odd this week. What else have I got to tell you about what's going on around here? I was looking in YouTube Studio a couple of days ago, looking for some inspiration. And there is a panel in there, like the AI, it's bound to be AI, isn't it? We'll look at your channel as a whole and give you ideas for videos to come up with. Because I'm always trying to look for new ideas of something to come up with. And YouTube apparently seems to believe that this channel is all about DVDs, films, and TV series, because every inspirational choice it gave me for making new videos up was about DVDs, videos, films, TV series, streaming, and all that sort of stuff, because I've had a couple of decent videos. But also, it's funnily how it's turned out that way back when I actually hit the 1,000 subscribers, that was also on a back of me doing a video about why I'd stopped streaming. That was a couple of years ago now. And so they seem to think that the only thing I talk about on this channel is DVDs and such like. Now, that's all well and good. I've got to be honest. In the last 30 days, right? But really, let's start it from February the 6th. I just did some data checking. It says, since in the last 30 days, I've had 11,913 views, which is massive for this channel. We generally get about 2,000 views in 28 days, but this says we've had 11,913. We've had 790.3 hours of viewing time. So you guys have watched a lot and lifted it away, because you remember I was talking the other day about being fearful that I was going to go under the 4,000 and lose the monetization. Well, that's picked up, and looking at it at the moment, it says 4,944. So my hours have gone back up, and that's down to all you guys and the new people that have checked the channel out and that. And it says, I wrote this down this morning. I went from the data from this morning, and it said we'd gained another 156 subscribers. And so everything's going pretty well. The majority of that are from people who've come to the channel because of those last couple of DVD type videos. And yes, I'm going to continue making them because they will help the channel grow. But my real videos that I feel have value are the ones that I do on a Tuesday and a Thursday. All of the stuff, the life lessons, the optimism, all those subjects that I talk about so often. They're the videos that I think have the most value. And what's been lovely to see is all those new people who came in because of the DVD videos have been watching all those older ones. I noticed that over the last 2 days, I think it was, 25 of my older videos that are older than a year, have been watched by people checking out the channel. And they tend to be newer people, because if you've been around for a while, you've probably seen them. You ain't going to go back to them, are you? And so it's good that that has helped out. So my planning ahead is that I'm going to continue to do DVD videos and music videos, because I get more viewers when I do that, and I get more subscribers when I do that. People don't tend to subscribe to the channel generally for the life lessons stuff. But what I'm hoping is that by bringing in extra people, they will start to watch the life lesson stuff and stay with the channel, enjoying both. Because I think that stuff, the life lesson stuff, if you like, it's the stuff that I think is got real value. It's stuff that can help people in a way that my DVD videos never do. I never get a DVD video come and say, thank you for putting that DVD video up. That really helped me in the situation I'm in. Whereas I do get that with the other videos. So that's where I think the value is on my channel. I certainly am not dropping that stuff just to go to do music and DVDs, as much as I love that, because I don't think that would give me enough satisfaction in the long term. I think doing a mix of the two is great, because it keeps me thinking different things. I've enjoyed it doing those last couple of DVD videos, for instance, but I think the value in this channel is, and always will be, that other stuff, the life lessons, the mistakes I've made, because I've made loads of them that people can learn from. So I'll always cover that stuff. And after all, that was really why I started this channel. It was for my boys. When I started, I expected it to be my 2 boys would be my viewers and nobody else. So it's amazing how things change, isn't it? Because that stuff there was what got this channel started and got it up and running, really. And so that's pretty much all I've got written down on my little sheet. Jonathan, if I lean out, it's not actually to my left, it's to my right, because you're seeing it backwards, because on the phone it mirrors everything the other way around. So over here on my right are all these CDs. Now, if you've been a good boy, if you have been a good boy, you've watched those 3 music videos that I did, in which I used all of those videos and told you exactly what was on them. So I don't need to take them out for you to have a peek, because they've already been filmed. These, on the other hand, are a job to do. I'll be doing them bit by bit, because obviously there's a lot of them. And besides, if I pull any of these out and show you them, you'll only see them backwards. It'd be like looking in a mirror. James Chavez, hello to you. Welcome to the chat room this evening. Constant rain you're getting there. Ooh. Yeah, hide from the cold under blankets. We've been a bit like that. It's rained that much and been banging on the window all the time. We got a quilt out the other night and we sat there with a quilt around us. It was lovely, nice and cozy to watch the telly. But I'll tell you what we need. Did you remember back when we were all kids, there used to be comics and they had adverts in the back, and you could get like one big boot to put your 2 feet in? Well, I want to get one big boot so me and Des can put both 5 feet into it. What with that and with a quilt wrapped around us, it'd be quite nice, I think. So anyway, how's things been going for you guys? If you're watching this on the replay, don't forget, comment down below. Let me know what you're up to. Let me know what you think about what I've been talking about so far. And should I do premieres for some of the longer videos? That's what I want. That's your question for this week that I want to know about. I'm just looking down here, trying to see if there is anything else I've got written down that I haven't thought of yet. No, my list is clear, and we're only 24 minutes in. I'll tell you what I was going to do. I was going to do a video about community And I was going to talk about this live stream. I've even got notes here, you know, because treasonous, they are my life lessons, to be honest with you. I don't like AI much, to be perfectly clear. I use it now and again. I use it, for example, an example of me using AI will be when I do a video. I do a video and I get the transcription of the video, because I try and tart the sound up, if you like, so that it sounds better, because when the sound's awful, it's rubbish, isn't it? Let's be honest. So I get a transcription of it and I put the transcription into ChatGPT, and I get ChatGPT to write my description for me out of the transcription from the video. And that's really pretty much all I do it for. Basically, I'm too bone idle to do it myself, is the reason I do it. So let me just quickly check over here before I go back to what I was saying. Decline in real life community is sad. Do you know what, Dave? I've been in this house now for 10 years. No, longer than that. 12. This winter I will have been in this house 13 years. And I still only know in the street my neighbours either side of me and the couple with the house directly opposite me. People today do not seem, and I'm as bad, I'm not saying it's other people, I'm just saying on the whole, we're all very much stick to ourselves kinds of people. Like I've said to you before, I might seem outgoing when we're doing this. However, I'm quite introverted and I like my home to be my home, and I don't like people knocking on the doors. And if you're coming to visit me, for God's sake, let me know a day before, because I'm not great. I'm got to be honest. I like to be comfortable. But this is how it is. We walk through our streets. I walk through our streets and say hello to people and say good morning and all that sort of thing. And it seems to me people don't really want to talk to you anymore. It's really weird. We live in an age, right, where we can speak to somebody the other side of the world. Some of you in the chat room are that to me. And we chat like this. I also knew a couple that would watch TV with a phone in one hand, right? And they used to comment on Facebook. He'd type something and she would reply to it on Facebook. And they would have a conversation even though they were sat next to each other via Facebook. Really, really weird. And yeah, I the reason I like this live stream is, if you look at lots of live streams, most of them, to me, I go and watch a live stream and it's all about something in particular. They will be trying to teach you something, or it will come up with a title, and that's what this is going to be about. And I don't kind of feel that I want to do that. I would rather just have a chat, tell you what's going on, see what you're talking about in the chat room, and we take it from there. That's how it goes most weeks. We often end up talking about music and video and films and all that sort of stuff. And that is great. I love that. But I do love this sense of community because, as I just said to you, I don't talk to many people in our street. I'm in here most of the day on my own. And so I don't talk to a lot of people through the course of a day. And so getting in here, yeah, you got it right, Chris. It's like having a pub night, just having a chat about whatever's going on. And what I like as well about this is that this to me is a real important part of this channel. We may not get a chat room with thousands of people in. I've seen some chat rooms where you go in there and this is going flying by, and there's hundreds of people in the chat room, and the thing goes on for 2 hours or 3 hours or that, and it's all about that one thing. I'm very happy. It would be lovely to have more people in the chat room. We got 16 watching this video. That's all it is at the moment. And the beauty of it this way, and this is what I like about it, is that I get to learn about you. I say you because I'm pointing at the chat room. I get to learn about the people who are part of this channel. I would not have a channel without the likes of you guys. It's as simple as that. Without you, there's no channel, because I'm just talking to myself. But I think also it's really nice that I'm getting to know all of you bit by bit. You're getting to know me all bit by bit. I think the live streams are different to the video because you can see how often I cock up. And I miss things out. The videos, they're a bit, it's easy to stop a video and start again. But if I make a mistake while I'm doing this, it's here. You see it. You can see exactly what I'm like. And I like that. I like the fact that you're getting to see me exactly as it is. You're right, Dave. Got 60 viewers here, but it's nice to be able to recognize the names. And what I like here is it happened earlier. I saw it, people saying hello to each other. I saw a couple of people said congratulations to Steve, who got married on Saturday. I know that I was talking to Chris. Chris hasn't been well. He's got a chest infection. I told him not to come. I told him to get whiskey and go to bed, but he's here anyway. But do you know what I mean? I like it like this, and I like the fact that it's building a proper community where we all start to get to know each other. We all can talk about different things. I see people in the chat room chatting to each other, and so that's got to be good. Tammy, you're a slow typer. See, Dave, I thought it was a good idea to shove some whiskey down your neck. That always kind of makes you feel better if you don't feel well. What else did I put here? I put on these notes because I was going to make a video up, but I decided against it because I figured doing a video just about this wouldn't get any viewers anyway. But I've put on here, it's not a teaching thing. It's a getting to know like-minded people. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's one of the big things for me. And it gives us a chance to build a bond between the group of us. Yes, I'd like it to be big. Of course I would. Because if you look at it gratuitously, that's a big word, isn't it? If I get loads more people in the chat room and this live stream lasts longer and there are more people watching, then I will get monetized more. So it's one of them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's great. So, but it's nice to not be, it's nice to know that I always write a page full of stuff out to talk about. I always run out of it within 20 minutes or so, and then we just chat about whatever. And it is like, I think somebody said it earlier on, it's like sitting in a pub having a chat, isn't it? Except I'm the gobby one and you're just talking over there. Last evening you watched Dr. No-Stone and Sean Connery. Do you know what? I was never a big Bond film lover, even as a kid. It never really interested me. When they all come on at Christmas, I'd go and find something else to do. But my sister gave me some James Bond DVDs. I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. They were one of those that got rid of their DVDs and just watched Sky and that stuff. Anyway, they gave me them, and I did think to myself, I'll watch these. There was the first one with Daniel Craig. There was Dr. No, and there was one of the Roger Moore ones. Haven't seen that one yet, but so there are those, and I have to say, sitting down and watching them, they weren't too bad. Yesterday, though, I decided I was going to have an afternoon of doing nothing. So yesterday, I watched Spider-Man 1 and 2 with Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. And I really enjoyed them, to be honest. And I know I'm too old to say this, but I got a bit of a crush on Kirsten Dunst. I said to my wife, it's really bad, you know. I've known Kirsten Dunst since she was about 4 in Jumanji. And now and seeing her now on the telly, I think to myself, oh, she's a bit of all right. Should I say that at my age? That's what I'm doing. Proof. We often have honest conversations rather than just increasing the attending numbers. And there you go. I've just had an honest conversation with you and told you that I fancy Kirsten Dunst. I haven't watched the special effects on them. I just watched 2 of them yesterday. Although I've got Spider-Man 3 as well on Blu-ray. I'm going to watch that tomorrow probably, or one day this week. Whenever I get 5 minutes, I shall watch that. But I kind of like Tobey Maguire as that. If we're sharing first childhood crush was Sybil Shepherd. Oh, wasn't she good in that, in my Moonlighting? I loved that. I've been trying to find a box set of that, but you can't get it anywhere. But if you do want to watch it again, that net thing that I talked about, I can't even think of the name of it. Let me just go and have a look for it. In archive, that's it. If you go in there and look in the telly on there, they've got all 5 series of it on there. So if you want to watch it again, you can. Chris, you had Farrah Fawcett. See, I must be old, because mine, the first time I realised that I might like the ladies was Emma Peel. I can remember it being in an Avengers program, and she was in this like leather catsuit thing, and they had a zip, and they slowly pulled the zip down, and I must be about 11, I suppose, when I saw that one. And I was like, oh, this looks interesting. As I got closer and closer to the telly as I was watching it. Yes, so my first crush was Diana Rigg, I've got to be honest. Let's have a look. Taxi Driver wasn't Jodie Foster. Was it Jodie Foster? I think it was. Tammy, David Soul from Starsky and Hutch. We started watching series 1 of Starsky and Hutch last week because I've got them all on DVD. And do you know what? That really holds up well for the time that it was. The only thing that I don't understand is how that car, that blooming red car with the stripe, it gets shot at every week. And there's not a mark on it. It's immaculate. How do they do that? Because I only have to go out there and someone dings my car with a door or something. But he gets shot at and nothing ever happens to it. I've got to tell you, do you remember way back? You've got to be like my age. But way, way back in time, my first car was a Datsun Cherry 100A. It was the smallest car they had, and it was red. And on the back door, where the back door was, there was a little seam about as wide as that up the top, right the way along to the front of the bonnet, front of the front wing, right? And I loved that car. And I painted a Starsky and Hutch stripe in it like that. It had a great big steering wheel in it. So I changed that and got a little sports steering wheel. It had, where I lived at Rickmansworth at the time, at Pinner, there was a custom car shop. And I used to get the white rubber paint, and I'd go around and I'd letter all of the tyres and soup it right up. And it looked great. But it still only did about 55 mile an hour. It never did go fast as much as I tried. So yeah, I painted my car to be like the Starsky and Hutch code. Someone, Chris, you had a silver 100A. My sister had one, an horrible bird crap type yellow one, and it was a sunroof, and it was like a little bit of cloth over there. You had to slide backwards, but it was lovely. I actually loved my car. Hi Andy, how are you? Welcome back. I ain't seen you for a couple of weeks. Hope you're doing good. What's your weather like where you are? Did it? Oh, thank you. You've just brought me some money in then. That's very kind of it. I thought what they did, I've been watching some live streams and they've been doing adverts in them. It's never happened to me yet, but they split the screen so that the person who's doing the live stream is doing it, and then you get an advert in the other side of it. Don't know why. Oh, I bet you have had a new roof with the amount of rain we've all had of late. It's been awful, isn't it? I loved Gran Torino, that film. It was really, really good, wasn't it? I've seen it, Andy, but they've I obviously don't get enough viewers for them to want to show ads during the course of it. I know that they've been putting ads on at the beginning, but not later. Oh, thank you, Dave. Yeah, what I was talking about bird poop, it was the colour of my sister's Datsun Cherry 100A. It was the ugliest colour. It was like a yellowy. Yeah, what a welcome you had coming into it today, didn't you? So yeah, what was actually happening? We were talking about Starsky and Hutch and that lovely red Ford Charger they had with the white stripe through it. And I talked about my car, and it got on to do that. So that's where that came from, actually. But yeah, I've been watching Starsky and Hutch. I thought it would be really dated, you know. I really thought it would be dated because I'd watched it on DVD when I first bought them, and that must have been 10, 12 years ago, I suppose. But Deb said the other day, I fancy watching Starsky and Hutch. I wasn't there. Why not? But I figured it would be really dated. And apart from the chunky cardigan, which I have one, but mine's just navy blue, so it's not as bad as his. But apart from that, it's all pretty good. It does still hold up really well. I was surprised. I thought it might seem dated, but the one thing I've noticed about all of those series from the 70s, any cop one, if you think Frank Cannon or you think Kojak, the captain never talks to the people. He only shouts. It's really weird, you know. Yeah, look, 270s. I love the 70s stuff. We've been going through our DVD sets, and do you remember there was a comedy series called Dear John back, I don't know if it was the 70s, it was either the late 70s or the really early 80s, and that was funny, really funny. I liked that. And the other one was The Good Life. I've just watched that then, and The Good Life was brilliant. Felicity Kendall couldn't stop herself laughing all the way through the series. It was really good. Captain Dobie sure did. What else we got here? Rockford Files. Do you know what? I want to buy the Rockford Files. It's a bit expensive though. I don't want to spend 50 quid on a box set for the Rockford Files. Good Life and Dear John were both brilliant. The one I want to get next is the other one with Penelope Keith. Is it to the Manor Born? That's the next one I'd like to get. The Little House on the Prairie. Do you know what? I hadn't seen that until recently. There's a channel on, I think it's called Great TV or something, on Freeview, and they're showing the Waltons, which I'd never watched before, and they're showing Little House on the Prairie, which I'd never watched before. So that I've been getting into them. Ever Decreasing Circles. That was Richard Bryars, wasn't it? He was in that. Sure he was. Am I thinking of the right one? I like gentle comedy as well. I like gentle telly, to be honest with you, Dave. I used to have a Facebook group that was called the Sunday Afternoon Film Club, and we used to have that kind of film. I like Sunday night telly, as I call it. You know, the things like Lovejoy and Pie in the Sky, the Born and Bred. I can't think of the Scottish one, but it had Richard Bryars in it, and that they things that you can watch without getting too engrossed in. Do you know what, Andy? I've never seen Heartbeat. Debs has been on about it. Debs has seen it. I've never seen Heartbeat. I don't know why, but I haven't. Not once. It's funny, isn't it, though? The programs that you get to see. There was lots of things in the 70s and the 80s, or to be honest, from the 60s onwards, because we had an amusement arcade, we never got to see all them sort of things. Lovejoy, I thought, was absolutely brilliant. I've got the set of Lovejoy, and we've watched that recently. The lot. We've just watched all of Darling Buds of May a few months ago. As you can say, I kind of use my DVDs quite a bit. What else we got here? Was what Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder? I don't know what one you're talking about, James, but wasn't the film I loved with them was the one, what was it, where one of them was blind and one of them was deaf? That was so funny. I can't think of the name of it now. But yeah, I kind of like that sort of laid back telly that's it doesn't get you on edge. I put a series on the up, Stir Crazy. That was great. That was a great film. I put something on the telly the other night. There's a new series coming on, or it's on, that features the guy that was in Endeavour. It's called Betrayal. And we watched it and started to watch it, and it made me feel uncomfortable. Both of us said, don't want to watch any more of this, so we turned that off. Father Ted, I've got the box set of Father Ted, Jonathan. You won't regret it. And on ITV, on their ITVX or whatever, they have. Oh, I was thinking of something else. Not Bless Me Father. I was thinking about Bless His House. I like watching the old stuff. The thing about it is, the way I see it, there's a lot of stuff that seems on the edge now. Not badly on the edge, but you know, like edge of your seat stuff, thriller stuff, and that seems to be just come at you 100 mile an hour. Well, I seem to have gone past that. I kind of like to sit and watch something that's gonna make me laugh. I'm still watching ER. We've just finished series 12 of that. Got 3 series to go. But it's this is why I love my DVDs so much. I know that whatever I put on, I'm going to enjoy. And I think that's what telly's about for me. It's not, I don't need to be, I do watch a few documentaries and stuff. It's like I've got every one of the Michael Palin ones. So we watch loads of them. I've watched loads of them over the years. You're right, Andy. You don't. I'm certainly not Mary Whitehouse. I mean, come on. I DJ'd in blooming Spearmint Rhino, so I've watched. I've been at close times with naked women while I've been working on a fairly regular basis. But I don't see the need for it in a lot of things. I really don't. I've got the Starsky and Hutch film, Jonathan, but do you know what? I haven't seen it yet. Where am I now? I'm struggling to keep up with you guys. This is what I mean. If I had tons of people in here, I would never be able to keep up with what's going on because I can't most of the time anyway. The fact is, tomorrow I'll probably sit through this again so I can read everything that's in the chat room. Last week I had a page full of recommendations for films what you all told me about. So I checked all that. I wrote that down in a little pad, and I'm going to be checking them out soon as well. So I do have to kind of watch it all. The Starsky and Hutch pilot movie. Are you talking, Tammy, about the one at the very beginning of the first series? The one where it was a different captain and it had the old music on it? Because if you did, I see that because in the box set it's got that one with it, the Starsky and Hutch pilot. We see that the other week. What else have I watched? Yep, that is the one. Yeah, it's the first episode in the box set of DVDs. I didn't like the first captain. He just didn't seem to fit it very well. But it was a good pilot episode, and it's no wonder they carried it on. What else have I picked up recently in a charity shop? I think I've probably already mentioned it. Kung Fu, the first series. I already bought Kung Fu, the second series, years and years ago. And then I was in a shop the other week. I say the other week, it could have been 3 months ago, And I saw the first series of Kung Fu. So I picked that up as well. See, this is it. We're talking about DVDs and videos again. It's no wonder that YouTube think my channel's all about this. But have I missed anything else up here? I thought Father Ted was brilliant. I loved the one where she was going, come on, come on, come on, come on, and fell out the window. It was always good. And Ardal O'Hanlon was always brilliant in it as well. It was a really good series, and it's good to watch. Do you know what I have got that I haven't got around to watching yet? In the lockdown, I bought the complete box set of Frasier, and I think I've only watched 2 episodes of it so far. I've never got round to watching it because there's always been so much to watch. He died really early, didn't he? He was quite a young man. I can remember it because they were just getting ready to do a new series, weren't they? And he had a heart attack. 45 was he? I thought he was a bit older than that because he was obviously grey. I thought he might have been in his 50s, but 45 is no age, is it? Treasonous, good to see you, my man. I did tell you, didn't I, that Debs tried to say your screen name 5 times, but she could only do it 3. She completely messed it right up on number 4, but she's been practicing and she has done it now. Anyway, nice to see you, Treason. Catch you next time. So we are coming towards the end for this. So we've got videos sorted. That, like I said, there's one about me not being on social media, going out tomorrow. There's another one out on Thursday, and then Steve's choice of the 70s novelty hits is going out on Saturday. And then I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do yet. I'm hoping to film Steve's one tomorrow. I'm trying to get them all early this week and done, because obviously I've got to go to the hospital on Wednesday and pick this thingy thing up. Is this what you're on about, Andy? This is just a candle. I have a couple of candles in here. You probably see this one regularly on the videos. But yeah, they're just candles that I have floating about. I like the smell. I like the smell of them. They're cinnamon smelly. I love the smell of cinnamon, so I kind of just put them on. Yeah, Steve, I didn't think, that I know it pixelizes too much, doesn't it? It's awful here for the internet is absolutely terrible. What I was going to say, Steve, I was going to do 60s and 70s, but it wasn't until I started looking that I realised how many novelty singles there were in the 70s. There was, I've lost my train. Yeah, I didn't realise how many 70s singles there were. There were loads. I ended up doing like a chart, basically, of my 10 favourite of the ones that I could think of. So there's no Grandad's Not in there by Clive Dunn. No Two Little Boys, nothing like that. But it's kind of the ones that I liked. There's a few there that will let us down, no doubt. But I'm looking forward to doing it. I've got it all ready. I'll film it tomorrow, and that will be available on Saturday evening as well. I haven't got any Barron Nights either, because I tend to think of them as a bit earlier. Bonzo Dog and the Doodah Band were great, weren't they? But they were 60s. I may have to revisit this novelty thing, because up the 80s produced a few as well, didn't it? So there's a few that I could do about that. We'll see how the 70s one go, and hopefully it'll be fun. It'll be it was fun sorting them out the other day and trying to think what I was going to do. I managed to get 10 little bits of music lined up, so hopefully none of them get pulled by the censors. Yeah, the 80s did. There was obviously Shut Up Your Face. There was the young ones with Cliff. There was Save Your Love, My Darling, Save Your Love. There was loads, wasn't there? Snooker, Lukey, Nuts Are We? Didn't Chaz and Dave did that one? Chaz and Dave did the football ones as well, didn't they? So there are lots of novelty ones. So I might visit this one again. I'm going to do this one for the 70s for this week, and down the road I'll have a go at the 60s and definitely the 50s. The 50s there was loads, because my favourite ones are there is like Witch Doctor, Purple People. There's loads from the 50s and 60s. That may be one that I'll make a long one and we'll do a premiere with it. Who knows? We'll have a go at that. Bonzo Dog Doodah Band, they're great. I loved Urban Spaceman. I can't think of the other side's name now, but the B side is as good as the A side. I'll have to check that out. I can't remember what it is. I could go on there and look for it online just to see what it's called, but we're nearly at the end. So is there anything else you'd like to quickly chat about before we go? Because I have got for my dinner tonight the second day of a good stew. It was blooming good last night. So there's going to be a really good one. Canyons of Your Mind. That's the one, Dave. Couldn't think of it off the top of my head. I loved that. I think I preferred it to the Spaceman, to be honest. It was really good. I don't know much else by the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band, though. I've got to be honest. Yeah, the stew was delicious last night. And as you probably know, with a good stew, they always taste better the next day. I've been trying to get Debs to make an even bigger one so we get a third day of it, but I don't think that's going to happen. Well, I was tempted last night. I ate it last night, and I was tempted to go back for more. But I thought, if I go back for more tonight, there's not going to be any for tomorrow. And knowing that they always taste better days later, then I kind of held myself back in check and left some for today. And I know she's doing that as we speak, and I know it because I can smell it. And with that thought in my mind, I'm going to wrap things up, I think. It's been brilliant as always. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat room. Thank you to everyone who's watching it. You've got leftover. See, leftover bolognese is good as well. Oh, that sounds like a plan, Andy. That sounds really good. Yes, David, it definitely is my time to go. Thank you so much, everybody. This has been fun as always. We'll be doing it again next week. Don't forget there's videos tomorrow, Thursday, and Saturday. I will see you all next week. I'll probably chat to you when you leave comments like the good people that you are in the videos. And I'll see you very soon. Get well soon, Chris. Hope you feel better. Off to your quizzing, Steve and Jane. Oh, it's Pancake Day tomorrow. I forgot all about that, Andy. Thanks for telling me. I will see you all next time. Thanks very much, guys. See you later.